If you are wondering how the social security system works in Spain with regards to sick leave, well then this video is for you. Hi guys, I'm Nina here from the Free Info channel, which is all about living in Spain and personal finance. If you like these types of videos, please hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's get started. So, long story short, I tested positive for COVID in August of 2021. Now, that's not really what this video is about, and I'm also fine, by the way, but for me this was the first time in Spain that I was in contact with the social security system, as I asked for what is called baja in Spain, which is the paid sick leave right you have if you pay social security in Spain. I will share how this works, so all the procedures and what you need to know, both if you are a regular employee or if you are self-employed. And I will also share the amount that I received as compensation. In order to get the baja, step 1 is to contact your family doctor that you have through the public healthcare system in Spain. I tried to get an appointment through the app Salud Responde, but there were no appointments available, so I called my health center to explain my situation, and they gave me an appointment over the phone, obviously, the following day. Now, in the past I've had problems with my health center as they continue to claim that they don't have my phone number, so be prepared for obstacles if this is the first time that you're in touch with them. Fortunately, my doctor did call and I explained the situation and I was granted the baja for 10 days, as this is the standard amount of time that one has to isolate in Spain when testing positive. Now, it is not common for the public doctors to speak any English, so if you don't speak Spanish, you may need somebody to help you. My doctor also called around the last day to ask if I was doing okay and to grant me the alta, which is the Spanish term for end of sick leave, and she informed me that I would have to go to my health center to pick up the papers required to receive the compensation. Now, I did this and I asked the man working there what to do from there. So he explained that everything works automatically if you are a normal employee. Therefore, if you have an employer, you would have to show them both the baja, so essentially the proof that you are sick, and also the alta to prove that you are back in good health. Although with the case of COVID and self-isolation at home, I don't know how they expect people to do this, as you would obviously not be allowed to go pick up the papers until afterwards. But I assume that you could show your positive test result to your employer. But as long as everything is okay with your employer and you've shown them both the baja and the alta, you're all set and you don't need to do anything else. Since I am self-employed, it works a bit differently. Now, if you don't have an accountant, you might have to go yourself to the Social Security office with your papers to receive the money. But since I do have an accountant, they took care of all of this for me. By the way, if you are a foreigner in Spain and you're self-employed, I would highly recommend getting a good accountant, as this is worth it in the long run. So now you're probably wondering how much money I received. Here it is important to mention that I pay the absolute minimum amount when it comes to Social Security, which is still quite a lot. I pay 290 euros per month. But for these 10 days of sick leave, I received a total of 236 euros and 10 cents. Is this a lot or not? Well, I guess that's subjective, but I think it's worth noting that it doesn't even cover the amount that I pay for Social Security per month. It is a progressive system, however, where you get little to nothing for the first couple of days. And again, remember that I am self-employed. The whole process was quite complicated for me, as this was the first time getting in touch with the baja system, and I had to ask friends, etc. on how to do it. Of course, it makes it even more complicated that I wasn't allowed to leave my home for obvious reasons, and obviously this isn't always an issue when being on sick leave, but I think that ever since the pandemic started, getting in touch with the public health system here in Spain, at least in my experience, has been extremely difficult, so guard yourself with patience. And stay tuned for a couple of minutes, because there is an important twist to the story. Because, a quick side note, I find it quite concerning that nobody from the government called me regarding testing positive, and my public doctor didn't even know that I tested positive. I had the test done at a private facility, as this is basically the only option in Spain, and it is clear that the private and the public system don't communicate, which is maybe just a little bit concerning. On top of this, I had to pay 99 euros to get the test done in the first place, so in reality, I only netted 137 euros if you deduct the PCR test I had done. If you have watched my other videos about taxes and social security in Spain, you may know that I have some mixed feelings here. I am not against this system per se, but Social Security is a quite expensive and mandatory insurance to have, and given the limited payout, it doesn't provide much security for that amount of money. And here I'm referring to the fact that it is quite a lot of money. I pay every month 290 euros, even if I make no money, even if I lose money being self-employed, I still have to pay this. And given this high fee, I would simply expect better coverage. But of course, that is just my opinion, and I would love to know what you guys think. Also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know, and thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.